Well, my name's Dennis Melia. I was born in Liverpool, but lived in Dorset most of my life. Went to school in Sussex, but like I say, I've lived in Dorset now since I was about 18. Been singing as a busking now for about a year, but I've always loved singing. I was in a group many years ago, and just singing is just something I've always loved to do, and busking is just a part of it. And I can sing what I want to sing. Basically, that's it. And I just love being out in a town where there's real people walking around and performing like that. I find it's just relaxing. It's real. I just love it, and it beats just being on a stage and singing to an audience. It's just something special about it. I've always loved singing since I was a kid, but and I've just worked in numerous jobs like everybody else does. And it's only really in the last 5 or 6 years that I've picked up the guitar and really got back into singing again. And it sort of all started by, it wasn't planned, it just happened. I started learning guitar about 6 years ago. I think I was about 55. It needed a lot of willpower at first, but when you actually start getting into it and doing songs, it actually becomes easier, and as your fingers get harder, it all becomes easier and enjoyable, the whole thing. And of course, having the guitar, it's an instrument you can take anywhere. You can sit on a cliff top, you can sit on the beach, you can sit in the wood. You've always got company, and so it's the most fabulous instrument I've ever. You know I can be found sitting home all alone. If you can't come around, at least please telephone. Don't be cruel to a heart that's true. Baby, if I made you mad for something that I might have said, please let's forget the past. The future looks so bright ahead. Don't be cruel to a heart that's true. I don't want no other love, baby, it's just you I'm thinking of. Don't stop thinking of me. Don't make me feel this way. Come on over here and love me. You know what I want you to say. Don't be cruel to a heart that's true. And really, in the beginning, I wanted to learn guitar so I could back myself and just sing when I was perhaps down by the river or down by the coast, tucked away in a quiet place. It'd be nice to be able to sing and make my own music. And but what with the teacher I had, he was exceptionally good. And I realised after about 4 years, well, I don't know. I think I could do this out in public and get a little bit of something back. You know, if it pays for my bus fare coming back home, it's got to be good, isn't it? Yeah, so after I'd finished learning off with my teacher, suddenly came, well, I think now the time's right, and so I just went out busking and have never looked back. The nerves to begin with, yes, it was very strange, because the very first time I went out to pool with the intention of busking in pool, and I said to a friend of mine, I think I'll go around to Beta, which is an area just near Poole where it's quiet, and I think I'll just practice there and play, because I was scared stiff of playing in front of people, because busking is not the same as singing on stage. I mean, years ago when I used to sing on stage, it seems a natural place to do it, but to go out in the street and then pick up your guitar and start singing to people walking by, seemed the most unnatural thing to do. And several times I went out with the intention, this time I'm doing it. And I get to Beta or to somewhere around the pool area, and I would chicken out, and I'd just sit on the bench and practice, and then I'd practice, but people were walking by. And as I got more confident, as people were walking by, and I wasn't putting a case out for any money, I didn't feel like I was robbing anybody. And then then one day I said, today I'm going to do it. And this time I went out and I did it in pool, and I never looked back. Then it was Weymouth and Dorchester, Bournemouth, and those are the main places. And when I go down south, I pop into Brighton and do a bit of busking there. And now there's no stopping me. I just love doing it. The nerves have gone, and now the whole thing is just enjoyable. I'm retiring from my job in 2.5 years, and I should be playing guitar and busking and singing anywhere and everywhere. I'm not doing it to get anywhere. I'm doing it because I just love it. I don't need to get anywhere, you know. I'm at the wrong end of life to want to try and be ambitious. I always feel great because you get such an uplifting game I'm in, because people just if they love what you're doing, it's uplifting, isn't it? And people come up to you and say, oh, that's good, or I love that, or do you know so-and-so, and if you know what they want you to do, and you play that, that's another bonus, you know, puts me on another plane that I did what they asked. So I'm working, I have a full-time job, and so this is just pocket money, if you know what I mean. It's just enjoyable, and it's the same again when I retire and I'm doing this. My pension will kick in, and this will just be pocket money. It'll just be enjoyable. I'm not out to make millions and millions. I just love doing it. Anybody who's thinking about playing up the guitar and then gives it up because, oh, I couldn't get my fingers to do this or to do that, and my fingers were too short, if you get yourself a good teacher, that's not a problem. All you do is they make you move your wrist so you come down on the strings. Some people say their fingers aren't long enough, but obviously there are people with long, slender fingers which are natural guitarists, but because you've got short fingers, don't give up. There's still techniques and ways that you can hold your hand and the guitar, and it's just, so don't let that be an issue. It's the most fabulous instrument I've ever picked up. This period of my life is probably the best. I mean, life is phases, isn't it? Phases. You're growing up, and you get the middle of your life, and you get the other end of your life. And I can honestly say that this era that I'm in now of playing and singing tops anything I've ever done, as long as I can sing. So I know there are people around who are still singing. You've got people like Neil Sedaka and who are singing. I think he must be up nearly 80, and they're still singing, you know. And so as long as I can sing and play, I'll sing and play. And